Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you my latest puzzle modification, the 7x7 barrel. So this puzzle was built out of a Shengshou 7x7, and to my knowledge it's the only one that has ever been built out of a Shengshou. I know Tony Fisher has made some out of 7x7s, and he still auctions them off, and I think Catswell's World made one for Jehua Rubik's, and out of a QJ, or maybe it was a YJ. Anyway, this is the first one made out of a Shengshou, and the reason why I built this was because I wanted to build a barrel. I like building barrels. They're very fun puzzles to make. I've built the 5x5 barrel, and that was such a fun puzzle to build. I wanted to step it up a notch. And the 9x9 barrel had been built, but that one was really difficult to make because you have to extend pieces out. And I really didn't want to have to do that, so I decided the 8x8 you can do it with, but it's really unstable, so I thought, well, what's the next one down? It was a 7x7, and so I thought, well, I'll do a 7x7 barrel, and I actually came up with this idea last year, at the end of last year, but I never actually got around to doing it until about a month ago when I started this. Now, this was a very challenging puzzle to build. It took quite a long time to make, and so a lot of the core concepts were used from building the 5x5 barrel, except I improved on the mistakes I made from this to make this. The way I actually got the barrel shape was I would just go over it with the belt sander like this, just in repeated motion, and then I would just turn all the layers, and then I would do it again. Now this is something I didn't do. I actually did do it with the 5x5, but what I would do is I would turn it like this, but then I would align the layers again like this. And then keep going. However, what you really need to do is just turn it so all the layers are misaligned. And I didn't actually sand it any farther, and so it doesn't actually remain a barrel. There are some pieces sticking out too far, and it's not a barrel anymore. However, with this, it is. It is still a perfect barrel even when you do this. And so, that was a major improvement that I made from the 5x5. I also put my JR Cuber logo on it, you can see, for the 7x7. Anyway, enough about talking about it. Let's actually turn this thing. So, I guess I'll just do a checkerboard pattern to show you how well it turns. Honestly, I think it turns really well. Like, these layers can be turned with one finger, easily. These layers cannot, just because there's nothing to hold on to. When I first assembled it, this outer layer was decent, this middle layer was okay, and this layer was really stiff. But I've given it a couple solves, and it's really started to loosen up, and it's actually, from what I can tell, way smoother than Tony Fisher's 7x7 like V barrel made out of a V cube. Anyway, that's the checkerboard pattern. It looks really nice. The stickers I used were Izo's favorite set, and they contrast really well. For some reason, the yellow is a lot darker. I don't know why that is. But, like, this is the same set, and the same stickers, and these are a lot darker. So I'm not sure what that's about, but anyway, let's get it out of the checkerboard. Now, the way I have stickered this puzzle is just like a regular 7x7. I stickered it just like the 5x5, where the solve is basically the same as a regular 5x5, except for the last center, which is like a super cube, where you split it right down the middle, since these are all edges. They normally have two colors, but this there's only one face, and so you still put two colors on it. And that's what I did here. Same thing. Now, I was actually debating if I wanted to do the super cube pattern, like what Crazy Bad does with his barrels, with the 5x5 and the 8x8. But I decided that I wanted a fun puzzle more than a challenging puzzle. So let's actually get a close-up look at these stickers, and we can see how well they came out. These I didn't do anything to, but like these I cut. And as you can see, they came out relatively nice. Some of them are not as good as the others, like especially the red side. Some of the stickers are like cut too deep, and like this one especially, and that one. And some of these are cut a little deep. I was getting a little sloppy because I was a bit tired, and I had to take a little break. And you can see that like the red side's probably the worst, but and then like these top stickers were cut, and then these stickers. These inside stickers were kind of hard because the sticker goes right, it's not quite tall enough, and so none of these are really cut all too well, but I think it came out pretty nice. And you can see these little tiny stickers. I had to super glue them on, and but they still come off because there's just nothing for it to hang on to. This puzzle weighs quite a bit, and that's just because of the amount of epoxy sculpt that's in the cube. It weighs a ton. It's a lot heavier than the 5x5 barrel, and a lot heavier than a 3x3. Now let's actually do a size comparison. Compared to the 5x5 barrel, this is a very small 5x5, but it is just a little bit taller than 5 layers on this. And so, but it is like, this is a massive puzzle compared to this little guy. So, and then compared to a 3x3, yep, it's basically the same. The 3x3 is just a little taller than 5 layers. Now, if you haven't guessed already, this is a shape-shifting puzzle. So, you can turn it like this, and then it just turns like a regular 7x7. And so, yeah, and to give you an idea of how much I've taken away on this puzzle, you can turn it like this, and then just look right down here, and you can see the whole thing is just gone. Now, I made a couple mistakes while building this puzzle. One of them was that when I sanded down too much on that one section, I had to actually get a replacement corner because there was just nothing for the corner to hang on to like for the epoxy sculpt to hang on to extend it back out. So I had to get a replacement corner from the cubicle, and then at the end when I was putting it back together, one of these center corners was missing. I couldn't find it, and I looked everywhere where it possibly could be, and it wasn't there. So I actually had to order another one of those too, which really kind of delayed the process of getting this thing done. However, the end result is amazing. It's so fun to play with, it's really fun to solve, it looks really sharp, and it just turns so well. Now this cube actually can corner cut a little bit. As you can see, if I turn it like that, it'll cut. I've actually haven't really tested it, but it basically does the same as the regular Shengshou 7x7. And just to clarify, this was built out of a standard Shengshou, not a mini Shengshou. The pieces are really small on this. I can't imagine doing it with the mini. One problem that I have found is that some of the pieces are a little loose in there. Like you can see this piece, it's just really kind of loose in there, especially like this piece. And what I found is that sometimes the corners can get like, if this corner center corner is exposed, and there's like cut edges all around it, and then a corner comes and tries to pass it, it can get caught right there. And there are a lot of lockups when it's scrambled because it's kind of hard to see when all the layers are aligned, and the corners are so tiny that they can get snagged on other pieces, and like a lot. It happens a lot when it's scrambled. And it doesn't pop though. None of the pieces, I haven't actually received a pop, and that's because the tensions are pretty tight, but the turning is still smooth. That's just because I changed the springs. Another interesting thing is that when you turn it like this, you can actually see the honeycomb effect going on. Anyway, let's get on to a scramble of this thing. I'm sure that's what you guys really want to see. So, a lot of people will do non-shape-shifting moves before they scramble a barrel puzzle, but it's not needed because you know, it's a barrel cube. There's no bandaging that goes on, so I don't find the need to do that. That's actually a pretty good scramble. I'm gonna call that scrambled. So here is the 7x7 barrel scrambled. It's insane how much of a beast this puzzle is. One thing that's different about this that makes it what I think a lot better than the 5x5 barrel is on the 5x5 barrel, let me zoom up a little bit on this, I sanded it down too much with the Dremel, and I tried to extend the pieces with epoxy sculpt, but I didn't extend them enough. And you can still see a bit of a dip. It kind of dips like that. And one problem that I was having while I was sanding the 7x7 barrel, which is kind of ironic, is that it was like dipping like that. I couldn't get it to be straight. It kept going like that. And but I did find a way to actually get it to go straight. And yeah, the quality on this is really quite inferior to the quality of the 7x7 barrel. So I'm just gonna actually scramble the 5x5 just so you can see the comparison of how awesome the shape shifting is. Okay, so that's a pretty good scramble, and you can just see the comparison. You know, pretty shape shifted, mega shape shifted. I mean, this thing is like, oh my gosh, it is awesome. Anyway, guys, that is all for this video. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the longer video, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. It wasn't scripted like my videos usually are, and just let me know what you think and in the comments. But that's really all I gotta say on my brand new 7x7 barrel. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to be notified when the next video comes out. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye!